Crystal here, SavvyBroker.com, and talk to you about frivolous lawsuits. I know that I've mentioned them in some other videos that I've done, but the definition of a frivolous lawsuit seems to be lawsuits that benefit the consumer. You know, the professional wins. So I know there are lawsuits every now and then. I can't imagine somebody wanting to sue and be lying, you know. You lie about something, you sue, you know, like some of the McDonald's and the hot coffee and I mean, there are weird things. But for me, I can't see somebody, for example, in a real estate situation wanting to go through a month or years of heck and stress and just all kinds of bad things that happen. The victims are treated like the criminals, and going through a lawsuit is just not fun in any way, shape, or form. So I can't imagine wanting to go through that if you didn't have a legitimate claim. So, in my opinion, most consumers are not lying about the situation that they're in. Sorry, that's just my opinion. So when the realtors lobby to fight to make sure that the realtors are protected from frivolous lawsuits, what this really means is that they want E&O insurance to be stronger to keep those frivolous lawsuits back. So when the consumer comes knocking and says, hey, you lied to me, the roof's fallen in, they'd be like, well, too bad, and there's nothing you can do. So I've read a lot of newsletters. They actually mention the word frivolous lawsuits, and I've seen people's lives go through hell, stress, lose huge amounts of money to come out, you know, nowhere near even. And they've lost all those years and all that time and, you know, lived in either in the garage or who knows the type of situations that happen because of a realtor's lies. And they've proven that the realtor lied. Had it in black and white. The local association of realtors, they don't care. The real estate attorneys will basically treat you like you're the criminal when you come to them and tell them this. And then they're like, well, what? Do you want your money back? Do you want, you know, justice just isn't something, it just doesn't happen. So the attorney looks through their law book, because they don't really know the laws, right? It's true. They have to look, oh, this one will work. This is the law that applies. It's easiest for me, the real estate attorney, to get the most money the fastest, even though it might not benefit the consumer. So real estate lawsuits they're just really hard. So we're going to talk about, on my blog, realestateindustrywhistleblower.com, you can find out more about, you know, when is it a good idea to sue? When is it a good idea just to get a loan and fix the problem? What if you have proof on a realtor? What if you have proof on a seller or a buyer? Or, you know, how do you get any kind of justice at all? I always say there's no consumer protection in real estate, and I honestly believe that. I've seen some very bad things. I've been accused of hating realtors and going against the industry and blah, blah, blah. But I quit the National Association of Realtors about a year ago now, and I don't hate realtors. There is a lot of wonderful people that are realtors, and I've seen a lot of people so frustrated because they want to be honest, they want to do the right thing. They call their local boards and they ask for help. They say things like, this realtor, this broker owner lied. This is what they're doing. I want to turn them in. What form should I use? And they just hush them up and shush them out the door. And the real estate board at the state level, most of the things they just kind of either just put it in your record, or, you know, they're a little bit scared of lawsuits because they don't have any money. So the realtors run the show, and they tell the honest realtors just to back off because of who the perpetrator is. Just leave it alone. Ethics are not law. Realtors are self-governed. The bad realtors are usually the ones that make the most money. So you go into town, you want to work with the top realtor. Well, they're the top realtor for a reason. They've either been there forever, it's a popularity contest, or, you know, they're just real go-getters, whatever the reason is. But they make so much money for the firm and for the association that nobody's going to go against them. And if somebody does, then they got the E&O insurance and the franchise attorneys and all kinds of things that protect them. So there is no consumer protection in real estate. I don't have a problem with individual realtors. There's a lot of really good people. There's probably a lot less bad realtors than there are good realtors. But it just doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. The bad realtors make it so bad that the industry is seriously flawed. The real estate industry is a house of cards in a hurricane, and the consumer pays every single day. You don't need a realtor in your real estate transaction. But if you have to use one and you're going to use one, it'd be nice to know that they had your back, that you were protected somehow. It's not true. it's not your local realtor's fault. I mean, because they might want to protect you and do the right thing. But the listing office, the franchise, the broker owner, they're not held accountable for the lies they tell. So that's a thing. So I'm not going against the entire industry. I'm not going against the realtors in the field. I am speaking out at the flaws, the horrible, disgraceful flaws against the real estate consumer, and I blame the National Association of Realtors. So check out SavvyBroker.com and also check out RealEstateIndustryWhistleblower.com. Have a great day.